Speak from the black perspective because I am black and I live in a predominantly black community. The problem with illegal immigration, whenever it comes up, is that people always give one side and never give the other side. You will never hear from these people about the 17-year-old black kid in my neighborhood who went to McDonald's and was told, you can't work here because you don't speak Spanish. It has been my experience, my personal experience, that when black elected officials talk, they speak in terms of minorities and people of color. When the advocates of the illegal alien speaks, he speaks about Latinos.
Let me just simply ask you about that question of the ability to go after the McDonald's. I think you are right about that issue. That is outrageous. And that's corporate policy that should be immediately stopped. How can they make the distinction in not hiring the young man that you spoke about, the corporation?
Yes, ma'am, I agree. And we should also go after the illegal alien who was here taking that job.
And we can do that by enforcing the laws. But the question is, the illegal alien does not hire himself or herself. The corporate entity or policy does. So that we should look to those entities for a response.
And to the illegal alien.
Magazine, which is the leading black magazine, and if not one of the oldest and the most respected, carried an article with the entitled "Illegal Aliens, Big Threat to Black Workers." There's information all over the place, and to suggest that because we're here talking about it, because we are so hurt and have suffered for so many years, and we see our own so-called black leaders who have turned their backs on us.
You've got me on helping you with Border Patrol, helping you in trying to deal with the illegal immigration. You've got me on the violent illegal immigrants who are doing a disservice and perpetrating violent acts, but you don't have me on bashing. You don't have me on some of these bogus arguments about blacks and Hispanics. You don't have me on LULAC bashing. And what I hope to do is that we need all of us to get along. I don't like Hispanics bashing us, and I don't like us bashing them. Oh, your stories are compelling. But I would simply say that as you cite particular and unique instances, be very cautious of a broad brush about immigration, because all of us have come from somewhere. Let us not forget that this nation is a nation of immigrants. There's not one of us here who can claim to have come here or have been here for long, long times, unless you want to claim a native Indian background. I will only remind you, as you have said, that so many of us came to this nation in an immigrant form. I'm very sensitive to the finger pointing at the whole issue of immigration. I believe in focusing it. I believe in protecting you. You have a right to your land. I'd fight with you to make sure you have a safe, the ability to be safe on your land. But I'm very, very suspect on organizations that organize around immigrant bashing. Had a hearing in March which examined immigration and African Americans with labor economists. We had one from the National Urban League that the gentleman had done an extensive study and stated that unemployment amongst blacks is down and immigrants are not taking jobs from African Americans.
One of the problems is that illegal aliens come in and take those jobs,
at lower wages, and as a result,
Okay, for us to be pitting African Americans and suggesting that these are jobs that are being taken away from them, I would venture to say that what's wrong with inner city unemployment for African Americans is that the discrimination, racism doesn't give them the positions and jobs that they would deserve after being here for some 400 years. That's the anger in my community that I understand, and I will engage in that. I apologize, but I think that we're sort of mixing apples and oranges.